Hey guys, welcome to the video. I'm in Perth. I come up like maybe every couple of weeks, every month to visit friends and stuff because I used to live here before I was in the US with Taylor. So tonight I need somewhere to stay and I'm gonna do a stealth camp in Kings Park. If you're not familiar with Kings Park, if you're not from here, it's like a massive forested area right next to the city. I wouldn't say it's in the heart of the city, it's like to the west of the city. But right beside it though, there's a great view, which I can hopefully show you when I get up there. I'm just in South Perth now on the foreshore. It's really pretty. If you can see that, I'll give you a better shot in a minute. The main reason I'm doing this is, well, firstly, I don't have somewhere to stay tonight. I usually couch surf. And secondly, I want to test my sleeping bag that I got in the US, just that mummy sleeping bag I got from Walmart, because I just can't remember how well I sleep in it. If I sleep hot, if I sleep cold, and I'm trying to work out if I need a better sleeping bag for the Tour Divide. So yeah, it's supposed to be rated to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 0, but I just can't remember. I really can't remember. So it's mainly a test for that. We'll be able to see how cold it is tonight in the morning and just like see how I felt. So that's the plan. I found a good spot out of the sun to get a shot of the city. It's obviously Perth. That's Kings Park over there on the left, but it's a bit sunny. That's where I came from, that way. Oh, by the way, my pannier rack broke. It is missing, partially because it broke, but partially because I left it at a friend's house. I forgot it, so I was still using it. It actually broke off right here, where it mounted to the brake there, because it was like a slim road style pannier rack. It didn't mount on the side here. And so yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. It was definitely a weak point. So I actually have a backpack. So that's like all my camping gear. I don't have my cooker. I don't have my stove. Like I don't have gas. Brought a pot though. I don't really have food, so I'll just pick up some burritos or something. So ultra light in a sense, but I hate having it all on my back. The weight gets to me immediately. I start feeling it in my ass. But it won't really matter for one night. I got the dry bag with the mattress strapped on the side. I would want to take this mattress with me on the Divide as well because I fucking love it. It's that foam one, the Z-Lite, whatever it's called. I'll show you it later. It's just a bit bigger, but it's still light, So I'm gonna ride over there now, I think. I'll take you on the tour. These are imitations of skeletons that were found in Australia from the Jurassic period. This is the numbat, and that's the lion mane lizard. Crazy these used to roam around Australia back in the day. There's so many people out. This is really the most normal. I remember, god damn it. I remember this is the most normal I've seen Perth since before COVID. It's actually really weird because it actually feels normal, which no longer feels normal. There's people in bars, there's people walking. I even saw the tourist bus, like you know those big red buses, you see them like all over the world. There's even those people on it. It's like, what the hell, tourists? You know, there's like, everyone's out. From parents, kids and eshais. Like, it's just insane. Like, the new normal is how it used to be, pretty much. I don't even see any masks, which is great. Fucking masks, man, so annoying. And I'm in Elizabeth Quay now. Too lazy to get off the bike, but I just came to show you all these buildings around me, as I'm pretty sure I understand correctly, are all super expensive apartments for the wealthy elite of Perth, which there must be many. I remember looking at one of them and just renting was like $1,000 a week. Insane. We're so lucky to have good bike infrastructure in Perth. Like I'm right up alongside the freeway right now. You can follow this, you can follow this all the way to Mandurah, which is like, I think it might be like a 50k ride or thereabouts. You can follow it north quite a ways too. I don't know about you guys, but I hate being on the road. And the older I get, the wiser I get, and then even more I hate being on the roads. Especially in Australia. US wasn't so bad. Well, the south kind of was, except Florida. Well, Florida kind of was bad too, actually, yeah. Realistically. Not as bad as North and South Carolina, they're the worst. Don't tour there. So this street I'm on right now is Mount Street. At its worst, it has about 15%. It's probably a few hundred meters long, maybe like 300 or something. I Everested this street, which is climbing the height of Mount Everest, almost 7,000 meters, I think. I think it was like 2019. Might have been 2020, just after I met Taylor. So I went up and down this 242 times, and it took me over 24 hours. I parked my brother's car up the top and had all the food in it, and just went up and down. And so obviously you have to climb the height of Mount Everest on one climb, and so that's what I did. It's actually the biggest ride in elevation I've ever done, obviously. Probably the biggest ride most people would have ever done. And it wasn't the longest distance, so I think it ended up being about 140 kilometers or something on this street. It was nuts. All right, so this is where I had the car parked, right there. My brother's car is old. It's like a 92 Subaru, one of those like old school wagons, if you know those. And it was pretty rough, and I just had so much shit piled in the back of it. My brother came out as well, and he got worried about his car, so he put bricks in front of the front wheels because he thought it might just roll down the hill. Anyway, in the middle of the night, some dude came out of this apartment going crazy at me because he thought that I was living in this car and I was camping out the front of what turned out to be this block, which was his like dad's or uncle's or something. And so he was thinking I was like living in there. The fence wasn't there. And so he was just getting so angry, like threatening to call the police. And I was like trying to explain what I was doing, and obviously it's so ludicrous that he didn't even understand what I was trying to tell him. But luckily his neighbor from here came out and had a little bit more sense and tried to like explain to him what was going on. But to be honest, I had been going into this block to like take a piss, and I even took a shit in there. But I did shit in a bucket because I intended to take it home with me, which I did do. The funniest part though, once that all got smoothed over, there wasn't a fence there. I came back, it was only like a week or two later, and the fence had gone up. So I know that the reason that fence is there is because of me, and it kind of makes me proud. But just looking, I can see there's a tent in there. So I think that's a tent in the back. There used to be trees there, but they're all gone. And the dude that lived here, I mean, maybe he's not there anymore because I feel like he would not let that person stay. Look at the do not enter signs. Keep it out, private property. Look at them all because of yours truly. And if you want to check it out, go to my Instagram, Matty Freedom, and if you scroll down a bit, you'll see a Strava screenshot with lots of the orange squiggly lines on this street, and you can read a bit about it, the adventure. Just a little what do you call it, shameless plug. And this is Jacob's Ladder, which is where fit people like myself come to work out, and you just go up and down these stairs. You know, I usually do it like 50 times or something. It doesn't take that long, a couple of hours. That's the city. Kings Park's just over there, and we'll get another good view, which is, you know, it would be pretty much be this view. And this is a famous view I was telling you about from Kings Park. So we're just coming into it now. That's the city behind me. We are gonna kind of just ride through it. I'll show you a bit while it's still light. And then we'll go get some food and come back and find a stealth park in the dark, which, I don't know, I still haven't decided what's better. Finding your spot in the light or the dark. This is like pros and cons, you know. If it's light, it's way easier to sort of like work out if it's a good spot or not. But then people see you. If it's dark, it's like so difficult to like work out where you are, like where you're going into. But then it's like you're less noticeable unless you're like flashing the torch everywhere, which I like don't do. Oh, I forgot my headlamp though, but I do have a torch with me in my trusty fanny pack. I always carry a torch now when I'm just like working and stuff. Super handy. You've got to get a fanny pack if you guys don't already have one. Here it is on the front. My Eshe Adidas that I bought off some kid for like 10 bucks. And I didn't even have 10 bucks. I ended up giving him 9 bucks, and his dad had to come and say like if it was okay. It's so funny. But no, you got to get one and just fill it with like all your essential items. I think I got a knife, flashlight, keys. Like I've literally got my toothbrush in there right now. all sorts of good stuff. Just to give you an idea of the bush here, pretty thick and scrubby. I think it's actually different depending on what part of the park you're in. They've tried to put like all sorts of Western Australian bushland in here. So yeah, we'll be going to finding a spot in there soon. I was actually so hungry. I've already polished off one burrito. I didn't even show you guys. Got another one to go, and it's fat. She really filled it up for me, which is great. Yeah, I was super hungry. Bon appetit. Alright, finished eating, making my way back to Kings Park. Temperature's dropped a little. Put this little base layer or fleece on, whatever. Not far from Kings Park. Just got the green light. Not having my headlamp's gonna make it a little harder to film because I always used to use that, like, and it would sort of stick onto my phone, so I could use it as like the light. But I'll work something out. I'm hoping this street's well lit enough right now. I think it is. It actually got so dark now that I'm in the park. Luckily I've got my torch. I'm just holding it in my hand because I don't have any bike lights. It's cold. It's not too cold though. I'll have to look at the weather right now when I find a spot. Okay, that's a hill. I'm gonna have to put my phone down. Okay, so I'm gonna go down this guana path. This one's sealed. I'm gonna follow this down and then go out onto an unsealed path. Hopefully find a spot. Now we have this Rio Tinto naturescape. I'm gonna go that way, left. Turn the light up. Yeah, down there. I'm really trying to set the scene for you guys. I hope it's working. Let me know in the comments. Alright, this path is sandy as, so I'm just pushing through it. I think I've found my in. I'm gonna go in there. I think it's perfect. Alright, this probably looks so bad with the lighting, but I'm doing the best I can. I found a spot. It's pretty secluded. It's sort of got nice little round of trees around it. It's not too far off the path, but just enough that I don't think anyone walking past could see me. That said, I don't think there'll be many people out running or walking tonight. I haven't seen anyone. It's been dead. Alright, so this is the spot. I know the lighting's not great. I apologise. I'm just gonna move a few things here and set the tent up, and I really hope I have everything I need. Alright, I've got the tent set up now. I'm pretty happy with how this spot's turned out, and it's pretty quiet out here too. Perth's a quiet city, and on a Sunday night it's just no one around. I'm gonna hop in the tent now. Here's a bit of an idea of what I got going on. See how I'm nice and like surrounded by these trees? Got the old red tail doors tent set up. I don't think you can get them anymore. I'm just gonna leave the bike lane there. I think I'm deep enough that no one will see it. Let's hop in, shall we? Get things sorted out in here. Alright, hopefully that lighting's alright. So I just had a look at the weather. It looks like it'll get down to 10 degrees Celsius tonight, which is like 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which really isn't that cold. It's actually winter here in Perth right now, and all this week it's like 20 degrees and only just under 20 degrees, which seems a bit odd to me, but I'm not complaining really because it's great weather. I've got like those long johns on. They're like sort of like thin tight ones, fleece, and just a t-shirt. I'm in a sleeping bag. I'm pretty comfortable. My feet are like slightly cold, but at this point I'm gonna sleep fine, no worries. It's pretty cozy in this tent. This is a one-man tent. It's actually a large difference to the two-man tent when it comes to size. It's really a lot more claustrophobic. Alright, it's about 10 o'clock. I'm gonna get to sleep. I will touch base with you guys in the morning, let you know how it went. Right now I'm feeling just warm enough. Sleeping bags, yeah, not that great. It's from Walmart. What do you expect? Alright, I'll catch you in the morning. Morning. Slept pretty good last night. Kept having dreams that people were finding my tent. I dreamt that I camped pretty much in the middle of a park in Kings Park, like completely open. You could see me from everywhere. So I just had this like recurring dream that either someone would steal my bike, a ranger would find me, or like people would be like walking right past my tent. And then I'd wake up and I'd be like, I know I'm in the middle of trees. And then I got up this morning to pee, and literally I'm so secluded. So it was not even an issue. I don't know why I was having those dreams. Woke up a little bit cold, so the sleeping bag didn't quite hack it. I have to just double check what the temperature was last night and let you know. Let me have a look. It looks like it might have got down to like 7 degrees Celsius at around midnight, but I wasn't really cold through the night so much as just like earlier in the morning. So I think we're gonna have to upgrade this bag because I'm expecting nights to be around like 5 degrees Celsius and some of the passes, but then, you know, the temperature could drop even more. So I'm thinking I'll get a better sleeping bag, something that's like comfort rated to maybe like -5 Celsius or something. Right, so I thought I'd wander out to the path because I want to see if I can actually see through to the tent, or if it is completely secluded. The path really isn't that far away. I've seen one person go past this morning, but they didn't see me. I ducked behind a bush. Alright. You can literally see my tire tracks in the sand, and then all of a sudden 90 degrees. But I can't see it. Yeah, no, I can't see it in there. So that's perfect. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, you can see it. It blends in pretty well though because it is a light green. I don't know if you guys can. Oh yeah, you might just be able to see it if it focuses. See it through there. So ideally a bit deeper would be good. Just stripping down the tent now. And I forgot to bring breakfast, so I'm gonna, well, I was gonna go to Coles, but now I'm just gonna go to a friend's place to eat. Someone that lives nearby. I was really happy with how this spot worked out. Really can't complain, and it's so good to have a place to camp so close to the city. Just fantastic. Alright, time for some hiker bike. There's nothing I love more than sand first thing in the morning. When everything's nice and wet and dewy, it sticks to everything. I'm going back the way I came. Then I'm gonna ride out on that sealed path to the road, head up to where the toilets are, use the facilities, fill up some water, and then get riding. Alright, I'm gonna end the video there. Kings Park Stealth Camp was a success. Hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Any questions, leave them in the comments. And shit, it's like less than 3 weeks before I leave for the Tour Divide, Great Divide. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. See ya.